So yeah, so I'm not going to go into much detail today on Lab 6. In fact, I'm not going to refer to it. Lab 6 is last lesson, and I did make a record of that, I believe. So I forgot to record. I'm recording now, but I haven't marked anybody absent yet. So please have a look on, if you look, so looking here on the front from the home page, there is a video from 2 days ago, and that looks into, if you look there, if you're not sure, you can see how to do Lab 6. There's pretty detailed instructions in that video. So I mean, if I was to go through it now, it'd just be the same as that video. So I don't see much point in doing that. So I'm not going to, unless I have a specific question about it. So yes, we are supposed to be finishing that. I believe that's due on the 21st. Now the other thing is this assignment 2. Assignment 2, if you download it, you're going to see something like this. And what that is it's an upgrade or enhancement of assignment 1. And in assignment 1, you were to make this one-page document in HTML in which you said some stuff about yourself, and then you put some links. You're going to put these links to your labs, all the labs, and then this document was supposed to go up onto D2L. Sorry, not D2L, up onto the SIT server. So you're supposed to use your FileZilla connection to contact the SIT server using your contact details and remember, that's the same login details that you use at the college. So assignment 2 is to actually take that document, which should be saved as index.html, right? Because this is going to be the landing page when somebody lands in your
Sir,
yes.
so in campus, I'm trying to download FileZilla, but I can't download like in the classes.
Well, that's quite possible. If you're sitting in the campus in what we call a production room, so we have two different types of rooms in the college. We have production rooms and we have rooms that we refer to as a VLAN room. The reason we refer to them as a VLAN room is because that we do run them over a virtual LAN. And there we allow the students and the teachers to have control over the setup of the devices. In all of the production labs, all of the software is managed by IT support, which is downstairs in this room. We can install software there, but we have to ask them to do it. They do it for us. So in other words, you don't have any administrative rights, which you would need to have if you're going to install software like FileZilla. So what I recommend people do is install it on your laptop computer or find a what we call a VLAN room. There are a few VLAN rooms around. To be honest, they change from time to time, but from memory, I think 10216 was a VLAN room. But you can find out for sure. But yeah, if you want to install that kind of software, you would have to be in a VLAN room. You can't do it in what we call a production lab. Does that answer that question? I hope. Anyways, so the focus of today's lesson, I want to talk to you about, please read this assignment. The starting point for this assignment is going to be your assignment 1. You should save the document as index.html, and then you'll be able to upload that to your SIT server in your folder in your public _HTML folder. And yes, I am going to do attendance. I haven't done it yet, but I am going to do it, or I did at the start for those 8 people that were here, and there's a few more people here now. I'll do it at the end. Don't worry. This is because I'm only going to be here for a second, for a few minutes. So yeah, make your index.html page so that it follows these instructions. And as I said, that is going to be taking the old whatever you did for assignment 1 and upgrading it to include. So for example, using fonts with using your CSS to modify your fonts and your colors, adding a hobbies section to it for yourself, and doing that in a, as it says here, in a bullet style. So that means an unordered list. So you're going to add an unordered list to it. You're going to format your images regarding the size. Now, all of this stuff you should know how to do after you've done Lab 6 for sure, because that's what we were doing there, is we were fixing the size of some HTML elements, including images, but also including some other larger elements. So you should, if you're not sure about that, go back and have a look at the video for Lab 6. Then you need to make a table, and this shouldn't be too much trouble for you because we had a lab specifically on that. I've just been marking that actually, Lab 3, where you had to make a table and you had to do some row spans and some column spans. In this table, you have to do some row spans. It doesn't look like you have to do any column spans. Now you need to change the names of these schools, unless you actually went to a school called Lycée Voltaire and Lycée Bonaparte. That would be if you're French, I suppose. Possibly you did. More likely you went to a different school. So this is sort of some details about the school that you've gone to, that type of thing. So that's information that you're going to add to that. Then you're going to put some more hyperlinks, you know, the A tags with the href in them. And you're going to put those, you're going to have those ordered into a list.
The table will be on a different page or in the same as index page?
All of this can be in the same page. So, you know, with HTML pages, you're not limited to the size of the page. You can have a page run over. So you have plenty of room to put that in there. And now there is some points given to you for organizing your website in a nice way. Now, when I say your website, where's your website going to be? It's going to be under the public_HTML folder in your account on the SIT server. So that's where you're going to put an index file, and then you're going to have hyperlinks from that to the other files. Now, then you're going to, what you really should do, or if you wanted, you could actually, let's see, you could, I suppose, put a new folder and call it assignment 2, and then put the index file in there. And then if I navigate to the assignment 2, I can find everything there. But I think probably it's just easiest just to put it directly under the public_HTML folder. Put your index file in there and put your hyperlinks. Put some other folders for your other HTML documents. Well, you've got them for all, well, you've already done that, right? You got a folder for Lab 2, Lab 3, etc. You would be putting folders up there under your HTML, under your public_HTML folder. You've got these other folders, and then have hyperlinks so that I can go and just navigate to them, not just me, so that you could also go and navigate to them directly. That's the idea here. So images, for example, should be in their own image folder. And then you need to upload that. Now, I should be honest with you guys. I try to always be honest and fair. And so in all honesty and fairness, I have to admit that in the other class that I teach, I did say that they could have more time to do this. So though the date is the 21st, you can have a little bit more time to do that. Bearing in mind that, you know, the sooner you finish, right? Okay, so now I'm going to look at some chats. I'm going to I kind of finished talking about, okay, so let's look at folders and stuff like that. So I'm in my desktop and I create a new folder, or I'm creating a new folder. New folder, and where are you? New folder down here. All right, so one of them, I did this twice, so get rid of one of them. So in this folder, I should give it a name, and I'll call it practice web or something. Okay, so in practice web, I'm going to create a file in there, which is going to be an HTML file. I'm going to put some other new folders, and I'll say, I don't know, folder. I'm sorry about my lack of imagination, because let's say images. All right, so very, very simple example of things. Now, what I need to do is I need to get a HTML document. So what I could do is do a new one, a new HTML document. Doc type HTML. HTML and HTML. So, I mean, I don't know if you do, if you write your websites like this, but so I'm going to save this, save as. I need to put that into this, which is on the desktop, and I called that desktop. Did I not put this in the desktop? I thought it was, okay, practice web. Yeah, there it is. So here in the desktop, I'm going to save this document as an HTML file. HTML, and let's call it index. It's not going to have much in it, but there it is. Got my document. I'm going to put a head. And I have saved this as an HTML file, right? Well, that's right. I'm using Notepad, not. I wish I was using Visual Studio. Maybe I shall. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and I'm going to open that with code, just because it's easier to work with. Come on, yellow, yellow. It's a bit slow. Easier but slow to start. Wow, very slow. I guess there's a lot of stuff that it's got to sort of work with. All right, so I've got my head and I've got my body. So, and in the body, you know, I'm just going to say hello, and I'm going to put an A tag, right? And in the A tag, I'm going to put an href. So there's a lot of help given there, right? So this one is going to go to a document that I'm going to call doc2 or something. And so, yeah, I'm not going to put anything else in there. That's all I got at the moment. All right, so, oh, well, this web page, does it do anything? Should say hello. No, doesn't do anything. Maybe I haven't saved it. So Control S to save it. So it's got a hello in it. I haven't really got much else. Put a title. And so we'll practice or something. This is what is this? This is I don't know. So if I save that, yes, now I got hello. So, and I've got a link to doc2, and of course that won't do anything because there is no doc2. So what I need to do is I need to make that work there. Now, how that's going to work is I'll go into folder 1 and I'll create a new document. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just take this document that I'm working on and I'll save it in folder 2. So I'm going to go and do a file, save as, and you know, this is not great practice, but it's just so that you can see what's going on. And I'm going to call this doc2, I think. Doc2, was it? So now I've got doc2, and I'm going to say here. So how can I get back to those? Now these won't work, right? So here I am in doc2, and well, it's first place it's saying the wrong name, so I need to edit that. So get it to. So am I in doc2? Yes, doc2. This one is going to go back to the home. How am I going to get back to the home? Well, the home is index.html, right? But this won't work. Why won't it work?
Slash.
because it doesn't navigate to home because home is in a different directory. Home is in this home directory, whereas doc2 is in this folder 1 directory. So I need to actually say where is the file. I don't just need to say what is the file. I need to say where is the file. And so this is what you do here. You say, okay, well, index is in the parent directory. That means go to the parent, and that's the file. Go to the parent. So the dot dot means go to the parent directory. Save that. Now, if I go back to the index, I need to edit it as well and say, where is this file? Well, where is this file? From the current directory, from where I am now, I will go to folder 1, and that's where you're going to find this file. And that's called doc2. It's a lot of help with D2 with code. So save that, and now we have something that we hope will work. So now when I'm in index 1, if I press on doc2, that takes me to doc2. And if I press on home, it takes me back to home. Home, doc2, home. And that's what I mean. Now, the same when we do an image tag, we need to say that. Yeah, and actually, Amr has, yes, like that. Amr has got something which is correct, so I'll put that up. Yeah, this kind of thing. So thank you, Amr. Very good. So yes, it's that type of thing where you need to say, you see the dot dot that he's put there. Thanks, Amr. And that's what I've done in this code here. If you look at it, the dot here means from the current folder, and the dot dot means go back to the parent. Dot dot parent dot current.